Hello, good day, sports fans, and welcome to Sports Clinic on Naija Live TV. And let's start from the WAFCON, where for the Super Falcons, they've advanced to the quarterfinals of the WAFCON. It wasn't easy because seeing that match, I was just calculating, like, okay, they need to score 3 goals. They have to, like, 3 goals difference, or maybe have a better result than the one between Zambia and Malawi. But good one for them. They defeated their opponent, Egypt, by 6 goals to 2. For Egypt, I don't know why all of a sudden they became very good and became very serious, because for the Egyptian side, they've conceded so many goals that you don't really fancy them. And taking on a force like the Super Falcons, I was expecting a scoreline like maybe 7-0 basketball-like kind of scorelines, but it wasn't meant to be very close. 2-0, 2-1, and before you know, 3-1, 3-2, and then 4-2, and it ended 6-2. So congratulations to the Super Falcons. They've advanced to the next round. But another thing, you've advanced to the next round, but they have to up their game, because with what I've been seeing so far, their performances, I'm not convinced. And I know it's a different ball games when it gets to knockout stages. It's different from group stage matches. They have to do something else. I don't really see them going all the way. But the other match saw Zambia defeating Malawi by 2 goals to 1, but still crashing out. They will not be making it to the next round, so they have to come back for the next edition. That's if they qualify. Let's leave that and let's talk about the Flying Eagles, the under-20 team, and the WAFU B under-20 tournament. They've advanced to the finals after defeating Ivory Coast 4-3 on penalties. Regulation time ended 2-2. So for the Flying Eagles, congratulations, and they've advanced to the final. They've also qualified for the under-20 African Cup of Nations that would be coming up very soon. Let's move to Europe and let's talk transfers. Yeah, let's talk transfers, and one that I think it will be the biggest transfer this summer if it pulls through, and not just this summer. I think in a very long while it will be the biggest transfer that would be made in the English Premier League if it pulls through. That's talking about no other one, the Vinicius Junior saga that has been dragging on for a very long time. It's as if there's finally light at the end of the tunnel, because with reports that we're getting this morning, it appears that he would be staying at Real Madrid more than moving to the Emirates Stadium or so. Arsenal were willing to offer him about 24 million euros annual salary, and also 100% rights, image rights. That, and don't worry, you own your image rights 100%. We're not going to do anything about it. But Real Madrid are offering him about 25 million euros annual salary, and he owns part of his rights, his image rights. So all that, and I think he's tilting more towards staying at Real Madrid. But then you tend to look at it like, what could have been had it been if Arsenal can get a player like Vinicius Junior. But in the coming days, maybe today, tomorrow, would even get more clarity about that, if it will be official that he would be signing the contract extending his contract at Real Madrid, because with what we understand, there's already a verbal agreement already. But let's leave that. But still on Real Madrid, Yan Diomande, he would be in Madrid this afternoon to do his medicals. It's another saga that has dragged on. We all know how it started. Liverpool wanting the bride and them trying to see how they can entice the bride, but the bride not wanting Liverpool, the bride tilting towards Paris Saint-Germain, and then Paris Saint-Germain, I think they became too confident that no matter what, we will get Diomande. But Real Madrid came knocking, and come on, when the transfer fee was being announced, Paris Saint-Germain had to say, no, we can't pay this kind of fee, about 130 million euros for a 19-year-old that has not really proven himself. So they didn't do the deal. But for Real Madrid, felt like they need more attackers up front, owing to the fact that Rodrigo is out injured and will not be available anytime soon. And for Mastertuano, he will be going out on loan to Fiorentina. So let's see how he will line up alongside Vinicius Junior, Kylian Mbappe, and let's see, and Brand Diaz. Yeah, let's see how things pan out there. But let's leave that rather, and talk about Rodri, still another player linked to Real Madrid. And it's not a Real Madrid show, but I don't know why today we're just talking about more players being linked to Real Madrid. Rodri linked to Real Madrid, and I think past 48 hours, it was more of Real Madrid will get Rodri. So just a matter of time agreeing a fee with Manchester City, but there's another team that's very much interested in signing Rodri and are ready to pay whatever Real Madrid are ready to give to Manchester City, FC Barcelona. So Barcelona feels like they are very serious about it, but I get confused about FC Barcelona sometimes, because this is a team that recently do complain about financially not having it, not being top there. But you see them signing the likes of Anthony Gordon with about 70 million euros, and not just that, and bidding about 115 million euros for Alvarez for Atletico Madrid. And even though Atletico Madrid have told them that no, with that kind of money, you can't get Alvarez, and it's as if you're pricing crayfish market. So if you're very serious about him, then I think it has to be in the region of 160, 150 or so. But the players told Atletico Madrid that he wants to move, but Atletico Madrid says no, you're not going anywhere. So it will be reporting back to preseason very soon, and tell them formally that no, I want to leave, I have to leave. So FC Barcelona and Rodri, if it works out, it will be a good marriage. If it works out with Real Madrid, so it will be a good marriage too, because I feel like Real Madrid needs midfielders more than FC Barcelona. For FC Barcelona, they already have Pedri. I know that Frankie de Jong is mostly injured. Sometimes you greet him good morning or good afternoon and he's injured. I understand that very well, but I was happy for Real Madrid that if they can get a player like Rodri, they have Jude Bellingham, they have Tchouameni, Camavinga is still there. It will be a good addition for them. But see how things pan out, and let's move to France, where Paris Saint-Germain told Real Madrid that 45 million euros is what it takes to sign Bradley Bakula. We're not keeping the player. The player wants to move. We want to sign him, but Liverpool feels like it's too much, and they are not willing to pay 145 million euros for Bradley Bakula. And the question comes: you don't want to pay 145 million euros for Bradley Bakula. Would you rather pay 50 or 20 million euros for two wingers or three wingers that are not up to the quality of Bradley Bakula? Yeah, that's another thing. Last time we all saw what happened when they sold Felipe Coutinho to FC Barcelona and used the Coutinho money to sign so many players, and I think most of them didn't really work out. So if you talk about quality, he is a very quality player. Yeah, if you talk about pedigree, potentials, he has it. But you talk about the transfer fee, I don't feel like he is worth that amount. But the market, it is what it is. If John Monday can go for that kind of amount, Morgan Rogers going to Chelsea for that kind of amount, then come on, he deserves to go for that transfer fee. It's not too much. Well, please do well to like, share, and subscribe. That's all we have for you guys for now. My name remains APPAH. Enjoy the rest of your day.